Thank you.
What
Sorry.
time? What time is it?
What time? It's 9 o'clock.
9
9
p.m.
p.m.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And Ana Carolina in Brazil, what time is it? Ana Carolina? Hello? I wonder if there's internet problems. Yeah, it might be an internet problem with her. So, Annabelle, are you new to Verbling or just new to my class?
No, it's my first time. With you is the first time.
Awesome. Okay, and how long have you been studying on Verbling?
Yes.
How long have you been on Verbling?
More or less 15 days. 3 class.
Ah, so yeah, okay. So you're still new on Verbling and definitely new to my class. Awesome, welcome. Yeah, and I am
Thank
from
you.
I'm from Idaho in the United States, and
Yes.
I where it is only 1 p.m. right now. So, all right, Anna Carolina.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, good. Yes. Yeah.
All right, it's 4 p.m.
4 p.m. in Spain, okay, in Brazil, okay. And then Monica, it's nice to see you again. Third class in a row, yay!
Second
Yeah.
for me.
A second, I thought it was okay. I thought you were my first class, but you weren't.
No,
So
I weren't.
you were not. Okay, you're in second class for you. Awesome. Third class for Anna Carolina, but she had an internet problem in the first class, so you had to leave like in the middle, didn't you, Anna Carolina? So yeah, 2.5 for her. So all right, and Natasha, welcome back. Nice to see you
Thank
again.
you. Thank you. Nice to see you again. So,
Yeah, and what time is it in Belarus?
10 p.m. It is 10 p.m.
10 p.m. Okay,
Yes.
so it's only an hour difference from Belarus, between Belarus and Italy then, and Belarus and Spain.
Yes.
So, because it's 9 in Italy, right, Monica?
Yes, it is.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. When I first started earlier today, I was the only one in the morning, so it was like good morning for me, and good afternoon for the people in South America, and then good evening for the people in Europe, and then it's a very early morning for you, okay?
Hello.
Hello. It's very early for you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is it like
How are
3 or
you?
4? What
Yeah.
time?
ar- Around that time.
Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. Well, either good morning or I hope you're having a good night. So it doesn't know. I don't know if you've gone to sleep or not. So, all right. So, uh, I'm doing well, thank you, Ake. So, and Alejandro, how are you? So nice to see you again.
Thank you. Nice
Now
to see you too.
this is his third class today. So, excellent. All right. So what we're going to do during this class is we're going to go over vocabulary words about the career ladder. So we'll start out with talking about job titles, and then we will look at a story and put it in the order based on the grammar and the vocabulary words, and then just talk about different words when it comes to the career ladder. And this is basically a vocabulary and a speaking lesson today. So, all right. So, and hello, Adrian. How are you today? Hello, Adrian. Can you speak? Okay. So once you can speak, we'll go ahead and test that. So okay. So job titles. So we all have different job titles, And these are typical job titles in companies. Oh, hello, Alexander. Let's test your microphone, see if it works. Alexander, can you speak?
Yes, yes.
Okay, good. All right, excellent. It's nice to see you again as well. So together as a group, let's put the following job titles in the correct category below. Which of the titles are usually only used in U.S. companies? So a couple of these are only American English and instead of British English. So we have top management, middle management, back office staff, and frontline staff. Once we look at these and talk about what these are, what you guys can do is tell me where your job would be. Would you be top management, middle management, back office staff, or frontline staff? Okay, so let's start we're going to put, what I'm going to do, just because I'm lazy, we're going to put number 1 next to top management, number 2 next to middle management, 3 next to back office staff, and 4 next to frontline staff. And maybe, who knows, like last class I came up with a 5 and 6 or 7, you know. So let's start with Anna Carolina. You're right in the middle. Awesome. Anna Carolina, can you start first and choose one of these job titles and put it in the correct category?
Okay. CEO, top management.
Okay, so a CEO would be top management. Perfect. All right, and Annabelle.
Yes. Number 2, HR director.
Yes, an HR director. An HR director could either be top management or middle management, and it does depend on the company that you're in, but many times it is in top management. Let me look on my list. Yeah, an HR director is actually top management, but some companies will consider the HR director as the middle management as well. So, all right, and somebody else just arrived. Who is it? Hello, Paolo. How are you?
Hello, Holly. Nice to meet you.
Nice to
see you again.
to see you. Yeah, nice to see you. You're from Brazil, right?
Yes, I'm from Brazil.
Yes, I remembered. Yeah, okay. And then Adrian, can you speak yet?
Hello, Holly.
Nice to see you again. All right, and remind me, you are from Chile, right? Or is it Uruguay?
No, Uruguay.
Uruguay, okay. Yeah. At least I knew it wasn't Brazil or Colombia, so I'm getting better. So let's just quickly, before we go on, let's quickly go around and so we have 8. I'm from the United States in Idaho, where it is 1:11, and then Adrian is from Uruguay, Alejandro is from Argentina, Alexander from Russia, Ana Carolina from Brazil, Annabella from Spain, Monica from Italy, Natasha from Belarus, Paolo from Brazil, and then we had Ake in here earlier from Japan, but he doesn't like large classes, so he told me that when it gets really large, he usually leaves. So, all right, so let's go ahead and continue on this. So, Monica, can you choose one of these words and match it, put it in the correct category?
Chief Financial Officer, top management.
Yes, CFO, perfect. All right, and Alexander, can you choose one?
Consultant. This is frontline staff.
Frontline staff. Consultant, it really depends on the company, if it's an internal or an external. But usually, in my list here, it's a frontline staff. But sometimes a consultant really could be being an external company working with top managers. So it could be in top management as well. So, all right, Natasha, can you do one?
Okay, maybe sales manager is frontline staff too.
A sales manager actually is not. A sales manager is no.
Really? No?
It's actually middle management.
Oh, middle management. Oh, I don't know about it.
Yeah, a sales manager is over the account executive. So if you're a sales manager, you have salespeople under you that you manage, and because of that, it makes it middle management.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So Alejandro, can you choose one?
Yes, chairman, top manager.
Which one?
Um,
Chairman. Yeah.
Chairman, yes.
Chairman. Okay. All right. Excellent. Thank you. And did I just call Alejandro? Oh yeah, I did. Okay. Paolo.
HR specialist is middle management.
Middle management. Actually, an HR specialist would normally be a back office staff.
Back office. Okay.
Okay, back office. Okay, all right. And the reason the HR specialist, if they were middle management, they would have to have people under them. So usually it's an HR manager, which would be middle management. Okay, and Adrian, can you choose one?
Yeah. Plant manager for me is middle management.
Okay.
Plant manager. Yeah.
Plant manager is middle management, absolutely. And let me check on my list to see if they put it anywhere else. Nope, they put it right in middle management. So, perfect. All right, and let's go on. Alejandro, can you choose one?
Head of marketing is middle manager.
Head of marketing usually is a head. A head is usually top management in English. So the head of marketing, the head of we have the head of marketing and our HR director. A lot of people might consider that middle management, but usually it means they are actually the top person who reports to the chairman of the board for their department. So they would be in top management. So, all right, thank you, Alexander. Can you try one?
Junior accountant. This is back office staff.
Junior accountant would definitely be back office staff. Exactly. All right, thank you. And Anna Carolina. So I wonder if she's. Are you there? I know she's having internet problems today.
Yes, can you hear me?
Okay. Yay. Okay, good.
Okay, great. Vice President, top management.
Yes, top management for vice president. Excellent. Okay, Annabelle.
Sales representative, but frontline staff.
Definitely frontline staff. Okay, and Monica.
Marketing manager, middle management.
Yes, middle management for that one. Excellent. And Natasha.
Systems administrator. It's maybe, I don't know, back office staff.
You are absolutely correct. Okay, and then Paolo, what would a customer relations specialist be?
Customer relations specialist is back office staff.
Actually, they are frontline usually.
Frontline?
Yeah, so they're the ones that speak to the clients. So the difference between back office staff and frontline staff, or frontline actually they speak to customers, or clients or consumers, or those kind of people. Where the back office staff, they not usually the clients. Their customers are either the management or the frontline staff. So that's why you have accounting, HR, IT usually is back office staff. And then of course frontline staff would be people that work with the clients, and middle management would be people who they may work with the clients, they may work with back office, but they actually have a team of people doing it for them. And then of course top management is they see the entire picture. So in your company, what are you? So Adrian, what are you? Are you top management, middle management, back office staff, or frontline staff? Keep in mind every level is very important.
Yeah, in my company, there is a chief executive officer, CEO, and then there are two business unit that every business unit have a top management. I don't know what I'm gonna say, but maybe vice president is similar to vice president in every business unit.
Okay. And what are you in your company? Are you a middle manager, or are you frontline staff?
Now I am in back office staff. I am maybe a specialist.
Okay, awesome. All right, so back office staff. Thank you. Okay, yeah. And Alejandro, how about you? Are you back office staff, or are you frontline staff, middle management, or top management?
No, in my case, I always worked as a back office staff.
Okay, yeah. So you do not talk to clients.
No.
Right. Okay. And Alexander, how about you in your job? Are you where are you? What department section?
I'm not sure, but it kind of how does it say?
So, do you talk to? First question I have for you, Alexander, to help you decide: do you talk to clients?
No.
Okay. Do you manage people? Are you a supervisor?
I'm kind of work on myself.
Okay, so you would be technically, if you don't talk to clients, and if you're like a freelancer like myself, so you would probably be considered back office staff.
All right.
So since you don't talk to clients, all right. Ana Carolina, how about you?
How about me? What?
Yeah.
Sorry.
So are you top management, middle management, back office staff, or frontline staff?
Either one.
So.
Teacher, I don't know in which category I fit in. Because I am a dentist.
Do you manage people?
Yes, I have to give some guidances
to
for some community agents.
Okay, so
I don't know, maybe middle.
Yeah, you're probably either middle management or your frontline staff, since you work with clients, or you are a little of both, which a lot of people have a little bit of responsibilities in several different categories. So
I guess I am a bit of both.
Yeah, exactly. And Annabelle, how about you in your job? What are you?
Nowadays I don't work, but in my last job, I think I was in frontline staff because I talk with suppliers.
That would definitely be frontline staff. All right.
Manage suppliers.
Awesome. All right. Thank you. And Daniel, welcome. I'm sorry you slipped in. I didn't see you. How are you today? Daniel, can you speak? This is why I usually check it right when people come in. So I'm sorry. All right, Monica, how about you? Are you there? Oh, right. All right, Daniel. Daniel, you're muted again.
Yeah, nice to meet you.
Okay.
Hello, everybody.
Hi. Now, where are you from, Daniel?
I'm from Mexico.
Mexico. Okay, so you're a new Daniel, because I was thinking, are you the Daniel from Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay, or from Spain? So a new one. Well, welcome. So excellent. So question for you, Daniel.
Thank you. It's my first class.
Oh, wow. Okay. So everyone, this is Daniel from Mexico, and let me introduce you to everybody. My name is Holly, and I'm from Idaho, up in the north, up in the United States, just north of you. And we have Adrian, who's from Uruguay, and then we have Alejandro from Argentina, Alexander from Russia, Ana Carolina from Brazil, Annabelle from Spain, Monica from Italy, Natasha from Belarus, and Paolo from Brazil. So we're from all over the place. And earlier we had Ake from Japan as well. So we are all over the world. So welcome, Daniel. So Daniel, would you consider yourself a top manager, a middle manager, back office staff, or frontline staff in your job?
At this moment, I'm not working. Really, I'm looking for a better opportunity, but my job is middle management.
Middle management.
A sales manager.
Okay, yes. So that would definitely be middle management. Excellent, thank you. And Monica, how about you? Where are you at?
I'm definitely a frontline staff because I have to deal with my clients.
Awesome. And you do not have anybody under you, correct?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. And Natasha, how about you?
I suppose that I'm middle management because sometimes I supervision my colleagues when they do something scientific work.
Okay. So you would be in middle management. Excellent. And Paolo, how about you?
I'm a consultant and professor too, and I have my own company too.
Okay, so it depends. You sound like me. You're top management with your own company, right?
Yes.
And then with a professor, that would be frontline staff, and with and then a consultant also is technically frontline staff, but it can, depending on where you're consulting, you could be consulting middle managers, you could be consulting top managers. So since you are an external consultant, and I am very similar to Paolo. I own my own company where it's a consulting firm, and that I would be in top management. However, my role usually with my clients would be middle management because I help them out with projects and I end up with a middle management role. And here at Verbling, I am definitely frontline staff. So it just depends on the company that you're with, where you are. All right, so let's go on. Let's look at this. We've got these sentences right here, and what we're going to do, this is about Mark's career, and we're going to put these following sentences into the correct order, and based on the vocabulary words and the grammar. But first of all, let's just go ahead and read this. Let's start with Annabelle. Could you read the first sentence?
After a successful interview at Chemotech plc, he was hired for the position.
Okay. Now, as far as pronunciation, this word right here, the first one, successful. So we would say
successful.
Yeah. So both of them, successful interview. And then this one is actually Chemotech, is how we pronounce it. Chemotech plc. All right. Thank you. Daniel, can you read the next sentence?
Okay. After graduating from university, Mark decided to apply for a job as a junior engineer.
Perfect. Okay, so remember with pronunciation, Daniel, this is kind of tricky, but it's graduating. So there's a Jew here, graduating, and be careful to pronounce the D, graduating. Okay, thank you. Anna Carolina, can you read the next sentence?
After nearly 20 years of running his own business, Mark decided to retire early.
So, and this one is instead of retire.
Okay.
Okay.
Retire.
So read the whole sentence. Mark, not the whole sentence, just the last part. Mark decided.
Mark decided to retire early.
Okay, so and also you need to make sure that you stress the ed here. So Mark decided to retire early. So do
All
that.
right. Mark decided to retire early.
Perfect. Okay, Monica, can you read the next one?
Chemotech ran into financial difficulties during the economic crisis, and Mark was laid off.
Okay, economic. Yeah, so say economic crisis.
Economic crisis.
Perfect. Okay, thank you. Alexander, the next sentence.
Due to his extensive experience, he quickly got hired by another company as a chief engineer.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And Natasha, can you read the next one?
He decided to become self-employed and start his own business as a consultant.
Perfect. Okay, and then Alejandro, next one.
Mark felt he needed a change in his life, so he decided to hand in his notice and start a new career.
All right, thank you. And Paolo, can you read the next one?
Mark worked diligently for several years and eventually got promoted to the position of senior engineer.
Okay, so let's look at this word, Paolo. Instead of worked, okay, Mark worked diligently. So
Mark worked.
The E here is silent. So Mark worked. Yeah, so say Mark worked diligently.
Mark worked diligently.
So say Mark worked diligently. Forget this E.
Mark worked diligently.
Worked. Perfect. That was good. That was very good. All right. And we have somebody else that's just joined us. Alejandro dropped out, I think, and somebody else came in. So we have Andre. Hello, Andre.
Hello.
And where? Nice to see you. Where are you from?
I'm from Canada, in Quebec.
Canada. Oh yeah, you've been in my class before.
Yes.
Yes, it's been several weeks or months, I think. It's been a while. Nice to see you again.
Nice.
All right. So let's go ahead and put these sentences in the correct order about Mark's career. We've already got number 1 here. After graduating from university, Mark decided to apply for a job as a junior engineer. What is the second one? Does anybody have a suggestion for that one? Adrian, can you choose what the second one would be?
Yeah. I think after a successful interview at Chemotech PLC, he was hired for the position. I don't know.
Yes. So Chemotech. Yeah, that's right. Chemotech. Very good.
Chemotech.
All right. Yes. Alexander, can you try to find number 3?
After nearly 20 years of running his running his own business.
No, that wouldn't be 3.
Yeah. I think Mark felt he needed a change in his life, so he decided to. No?
No, not that one yet. Can anybody help him? Has anybody found
to run into financial difficulties?
No,
No.
that's number 4.
Mark worked diligently for several years and eventually got promoted to the position of senior engineer.
Yeah, so he started as a junior year in an engineer, then he went to senior engineer. Okay, and then number 4, what would that be, Anna Carolina?
Number 4. Due to his extensive experience, he quickly got hired by another company. No,
that wouldn't be the correct one because he's got to leave his job at Chemotech first.
Chemotech ran into financial difficulties during the economic crisis, and Mark was laid off.
So Mark was laid off because of technical difficulties. Okay, and then Andre, can you try number 5? See if you can find what happened to Mark after he was laid off.
I don't understand. I'm sorry.
Okay, no worries. Well, you weren't here, so we'll skip you. Not a problem. Annabelle, can you figure it out?
After 4.
Yeah.
Due to his extensive experience, he quickly got hired by another company as a chief engineer. 5.
Perfect. So he got laid off, and then he got hired again, even at a higher job than the senior engineer. Very good. All right. So number 6, Daniel, can you find what happened here?
Maybe after nearly 20 years of running his own business, Mark decided to retire early?
No, because he has to start his own business first, right? So he just got hired by another company as a chief engineer, and so he has to start his own business, and he has to leave this company first. So, any other ideas? Can anybody help Daniel?
Mark felt he needed a change in his life, so he decided to hand in his notice and start a new career.
Okay. All right. And so so Monica, can you try number 7? What happened after?
He decided to become self-employed and start his own business as a consultant.
All right. Excellent. And then the final one then would be Natasha.
After nearly 20 years of running his own business, Mark decided to retire early.
Very good. All right. So first of all, he went to university. He got a job as a junior, and he applied for a job. He got hired. Then he got promoted. Then he got laid off. Then he got a new job. Then he got tired of that new job. Then he started his own company, and then he decided to retire. So this is where I'm at this part in my career. So, all right. Let's go on. Any questions? Any words? Yeah. Please ask questions.
The expression in the 6. Hand in his notice.
Okay, to hand in your notice is that's a very good question. To hand in his or you can have your or her, my, any of these. To hand in a notice basically means to resign or to quit. Okay, and for most companies, you need to give a 2-month notice or a 2-week notice, or depending on the country. In the States, you have to give a 2-week notice for most countries. In the company that I worked in Finland, because I worked there for so long, if they wanted to get rid of me, they had to give me a 4-month notice, and I had to give them a 2-month notice if I wanted to resign. And I never did resign from that company. I changed jobs, and and it just kind of happened that I no longer worked there. So, all right, any other questions about these words and phrases? All right, so let's put the expressions in bold next to their meaning above. So we have, what does it mean to stop working? Stop working entirely. So what would that be? To retire. Yes.
Or laid off.
Yeah, and to lay off, actually, if you are laid off, you don't stop working entirely. It's not, to retire is to permanently stop working. So, so number 2, that of course would be laid off.
Okay.
Okay, so this is no longer employed because the company has no money or work to offer. Okay. It's frustrating to get laid off, but it's better than getting fired. So, because if you get fired, that means you did something wrong. If you get laid off, that means they did something wrong. Okay? All right, so what does employed mean? What would the verb be for employed?
Hired.
Hired, yeah. And I'm just going to use the verb here. To hire is to employed. I'm going to put this correct. To lay off. Lay off. Okay. Working independently, not for an employer. What would that be?
Self-employed.
Self-employed. So not the, forget the E is there. We say self-employed. We still pronounce the D, but this E is silent. It's self-employed. All right, thank you. What would move to a more senior position be? Anyone?
Get promoted.
Yes, to get promoted. Perfect. All right, and what would to leave his or her job?
To resign.
To resign or to hand in his notice? Perfect.
Notice.
And then a notice. I'm going to put that. Officially request work. What would that be?
To apply for a job.
To apply for a job. Perfect. Okay, and who had money problems? What would that be?
Run into financial difficulties.
Yes. To run into financial difficulties. Okay. Okay, so let's go ahead and if you'd like to describe your own career path, you can, but you can also describe somebody else's career path using these words. Who would like to take volunteers for people who would like to describe your career path? Anyone? No volunteers? Anna Carolina? No volunteers?
Okay.
Okay.
I applied for my job as a first I graduated from university as a dentist. Then I decided to apply for a job. I took a test in a public competition. I got the second place, and I was hired I was hired to work for the government. And I didn't get promoted yet.
Okay. No, not promoted. Okay.
No, nothing more happened to me.
Nothing. Okay, so far you're really kind of more or less at the beginning of your career, more or less, or maybe mid-career, where you got the job and you're working. Does anybody else have any want to talk about your career progression? Or is this too personal?
May
I? Was that Annabelle?
Alexander.
Talk to us. Annabelle, talk to us.
Oh, sorry.
I was hired in my last company, but 2 months ago I was laid off because company ran into financial difficulties.
Okay. And now you are looking for a job, right?
Yes.
Yeah,
Because
awesome. Okay.
For this reason, I am studying English for improve my skills.
Perfect. That that actually happened to me. If you guys want to hear my career progression, it's a long one though. So that I actually enjoyed being laid off. It was after 20 years of working, it was really, I had about 7 months and it was really nice. So, does anybody else want to share your career progression?
I graduated from university and psychology, and after that I applied for a job in a research company, and I started working with the consultant, and during 20 years I've been working with consultant, and I became a professor 10 years ago, and applied for a job at the university too. During this time I running my own business as a consultant, and I've been working with as a professor and coaching too. And
awesome.
Nowadays I'm working with these 3 kind of jobs.
Excellent. Thank you very much. All right. Anyone else want to volunteer?
For example, I quit to my last job because I was not happy. At this time, I am looking for a new job. And sometimes I apply for that job.
Okay, so you're currently applying for a new jobs because you resigned your last job. Okay, excellent. Anyone else? Okay, does anybody want to hear mine?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, so I'm gonna follow this right here, but it's a long one, you guys. So after graduating from university, I applied for a job as a sales representative for a phone company, and I got the job. After being there, working diligently for several years, for actually 3, I did get notice that I would eventually be promoted. But I was bored, and I saw an ad in the newspaper that said, "Teach English in Korea. No experience necessary. College degree required," or university degree required. So I went to Korea for a year, fully intending to go back to the phone company and get promoted. And I came back from after 1 year in Korea teaching English, and I had fallen in love with living in other countries. And at that time I did not necessarily enjoy teaching English, but I really missed Korea. I had reverse culture shock is what they call it. And so I went back to Korea for another year, and during that second year I fell in love with teaching English. And so I then went back to university and got my master's degree in teaching English to speakers of other languages. And after I finished at university, I got a job offer in Finland, and I taught in Finland in companies around the area for 11 years. While I was in Finland, I started teaching also online, and I started my own online training company. And during that time, I got involved with some online organizations and was offered a position as a director of studies for an online training school. So I training teachers and so forth. So I trained teachers on how to use virtual classroom technology. And during that time, I also decided to return to the United States. So I came to the U.S. and the training company that I was working for was started to have financial difficulties, and because of the financial difficulties, I handed in my notice and ended up getting a job working here in the States as a writer of writing foreign language tests. So I worked for about 1.5 years or 2 years from home, and I worked with a team of people, and we wrote multiple choice tests. So, which was very interesting. So if you guys need help on multiple choice tests, I can help you. And then because the company ran into financial difficulties, I was laid off, and that's when I was telling you I enjoyed being laid off. So I was getting a weekly paycheck, and it was very nice. And then I got a job after that I started working for a call center that supported the Affordable Care Act, which is also known as Obamacare. So if you need to know about Obamacare, I can tell you that too. And like Daniel, I became very unhappy with even though I was a corporate trainer and I really enjoyed it, I became very unhappy. And so last summer, I took a week off. Went into my boss's office. I said, I'm leaving. I will be gone next Thursday. And I basically took the time off, and I said, I will be gone. When I come back, I will either come back with a resignation or I will come back to stay. And so a week later, I came back with a resignation because I decided to go back to teaching English. And so I was away from teaching English full-time for about 2.5 or 3 years. And 8 months later, that's where I am. So did you all understand me? So, hello?
Yeah. Yes, yes.
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 English, and she said, go back to that. Oh yeah, I guess I can. So that's what I did. All right, let's go on. When we look at let's study the following table. We have a phrase with a noun, a phrase with a verb. We have to receive a promotion, get or be promoted. Meaning would be move up to a more senior position. Get the sack, get or be sacked, that is lose your job because you did something wrong. And then get or be fired, lose your job because you did something wrong. Receive a dismissal or get or be dismissed, lose your job, that's because you did something wrong. Okay. Now, be made redundant or to get laid off. And this is to lose your job, but you did nothing, had financial difficulties. You go into retirement or you retire, that's where you stop working. And then to hand in your resignation, that means to resign or you leave your job. Okay? So which of these expressions are informal? Anybody know? Which ones are informal? I will put a big asterisk next to the ones that are informal.
I think get the sack.
Yes, get the sack, and also to get fired is also informal. Get fired is known especially because of Mr. Trump. That is, these are informal. Get laid off is also kind of informal, but kind of not. Get laid off, get permanently laid off is American English, or temporarily. That is American English. In British English, to get laid off is temporary. If you said to an American, I was made redundant, half of the Americans would not know what you meant, because we only use laid off, and we actually don't even put the we'll put the permanently and temporarily laid off if we need to, but we usually do not in American English. British English, laid off is only temporary, so that's one thing. Let's go on. So let's study the following situations and say what should happen in each case using the words and expressions from the table. So let's start with Paolo. Can you read number 1 and talk to us?
Paula has worked very well this year.
Mm-hmm.
As a result of her hard work, her company's profits have risen to a record level.
Okay. Now, instead of rising, in this one we say have risen.
Have risen.
Yeah. Okay. So what do you think should happen to Paolo?
Well, I think the Paolo worked had a good work.
Paolo. Uh-huh.
What? Yes.
I called you Paolo. I called her Paolo.
Yes. And she worked very well, and her company doing good profits.
Uh-huh.
Receive a promotion.
Okay, so she should receive a promotion, or she should get promoted. Mm-hmm.
Yes, should get promoted.
Okay, all right. So number 2, Adrian, what would you suggest on that one? Could you read that and tell us what you think?
Okay. Sean has missed another day at work without an acceptable reason. He has been warned about his behavior several times already.
So he has been warned. In this respect, this E is silent, so we would say just D. He has been warned about his behavior. He has been warned.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what do you think should happen to John?
Yeah, he get the sack, or he was fired.
Oh, so you think he should get the sack? Okay. Does anybody else have an opinion on this? Does everybody agree?
He could be dismissed.
Okay. He could be dismissed, would be another one. Okay. And I was thinking they should probably demote him. See. So. Okay, and number 3. Alexander, could you do that one?
Cyrus' company is experiencing serious difficulties. They have lost several key clients, and there is little work for her to do now.
Okay. So what should we happen here?
maybe she she will retire.
No, let's look at it, these words.
She should get demoted.
I wouldn't say demoted, because it isn't her problem. So her company is experiencing problems. So.
Maybe she should be fired?
No. Does anybody want to help him?
Get laid off or
So,
be made redundant.
this one. So she should get laid off or be made redundant. Because remember, it's not her. It's it,
Only
but,
one question.
Yeah.
Sorry, one question. Get laid off is could be used with be laid off. With
yes.
be.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Be laid off. Yeah. Get or
To
be.
resign, is it correct?
To resign for this one?
Yes.
No, because it's not Sarah's issue. It's not Sarah's problem. The company is experiencing serious difficulties, right? The company has lost several key clients, and she doesn't have anything to do. So the thing would be she should be made redundant or laid off. So, okay, it looks like we're actually out of time. Oh, we were almost done. We just had a few more things. So, but everyone, I want to thank you all for your participation in class. I hope you learned some new words and phrases and had a chance to practice a little bit of speaking. So,
thank you.
And if I know I'm going to take a break. I've been teaching for 3 hours, but I'll be around again. And for the next class, it's on taste and texture. If you guys are interested. So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
Thank you, Holly.
Thank you. Bye.
Goodbye.